the body,
Okay, go.
embodying knowledge through experience, teaching the body what the mind has learned. Soon it's game time, and you find yourself sitting at dinner face to face with good old mom. Instead of knee jerking when her typical behaviors manifest, you stay conscious, remember what you learned, and decide to try it out. Rather than judging, attacking, or feeling animosity toward her, you do something completely different for you. Like the books encouraged, you stay in the present moment, open your heart, and really listen to what she's saying. You no longer hold her to her past. Lo and behold, you modify your behavior and restrain your impulsive emotional reactions, thereby creating a new experience with your mother in law. That activates the limbic brain to cook up a new blend of chemicals, which generates a new emotion, and all of a sudden, you truly start to feel compassion for her. You see her for who she is. You even see aspects of yourself in her. Your muscles relax, you feel your heart opening, and you breathe deeply and freely. You had such a great feeling that day that it lingers. Now you're inspired and open minded, and you find that you truly love your mother in law. As you couple your new internal feeling of goodwill and love with this person in your external reality, you connect compassion with your mother in law. You form an associative memory. Once you begin to feel the emotion of compassion, in a sense, you chemically constructed your body what your mind philosophically knew, and that activated and modified some of your genes. Now you've gone from thinking to doing. Your behaviors match your conscious intentions. Your actions are equal to your thought. Mind and body are aligned and working together. You did exactly what those people did in those books. So be intellectually learning compassion with your brain and mind, then demonstrating this ideal in your environment through experience, you embodied this elevated feeling. You just conditioned your body to a new mind of compassion. Your mind and body were working together. You embodied compassion. In a sense, the word has become flesh. Two brains have taken you from thinking to doing, but can you create a state of being? From your efforts to embody compassion, you know how your neocortex and limbic brain working together. You're out of the box of the familiar, habitual, memorized self, which operates within a set of automatic programs. And you're in a new thinking and feeling cycle. You have experienced how compassion feels, and you like it better than covert hostility, rejection, and suppressed anger. Hold on, though you are not yet ready for sainthood. It's not even to have mind and body working together one time. That go you from thinking to doing, but can you reproduce that feeling of compassion at will? Can you repeatedly embody compassion independent of conditions in your environment so that no person or situation could ever create that old state of being in you again? If not, you haven't yet mastered compassion. My definition of mastery is that our internal chemical state is greater than anything in our external world. You are a master when you've conditioned yourself with chosen thoughts and feelings. You've memorized desired emotional chemical states, and nothing in your external life deters you from your aims. Deters, deters you from your aims. No person, no thing, and no experience at any time or place should disrupt your internal chemical coherence. You can think, act, and feel differently whenever you choose. If you can master suffering, you can just as easily master joy. You probably know someone who has mastered suffering, right? So you call her and ask, "How are you?" Zozo. "Listen, I'm going to go out with some friends to a new art gallery and then eat at this restaurant that has really healthy desserts. Afterward, we're going to listen to some live music. Would you like to come with us?" "No, I don't feel like it." "No, I don't feel like it." What, what does this mean that she don't want to come with you? But if she said what she actually meant, she'd say, "I've memorized this emotional state and nothing in my environment, no person, no experience, no condition, no thing is going to move me from my internal chemical state of suffering. It feels better to be in pain than to let go and be happy. I am enjoying my addiction for now, and all these things that you want to do might distract me from my emotional dependency. But guess what? We can just as easily master an internal chemical state such as joy or compassion. In the preceding example with your mother-in-law, if you practiced your thoughts, behaviors, and feelings enough times, being compassionate would become rather natural. You would evolve from just thinking about it to doing something about it, to being it. Being means that it's easy, natural, second nature, routine, and unconscious. Compassion and love would be as automatic and familiar to you as those self-limiting emotions you just changed. So now you need to replicate this experience of thinking, feeling, and acting out of compassion. If you do, you will break the addiction of your past emotional state and neurochemically condition your body and mind to memorize the internal chemical state called compassion better than your conscious mind. Ultimately, if you repeatedly recreate the experience of compassion at will, practicing it independent of any circumstance in your life, your body would become the mind of compassion. You would memorize compassion so well that nothing from your outside world could move you from this state of being. Now all the three brains are working together and you are biologically, neurochemically, and genetically in a state of compassion. When compassion becomes unconditionally ordinary and familiar for you, you have progressed from knowledge to experience to wisdom.